2 years since Kenya banned the importation of genetically modified food on health grounds in 2012, the debate on GMOs still continues, with scientists calling on the government to lift the ban. According to Dr. Richard Odwor of the Kenyatta University, this is the only way to ensure that Kenya is food sustainable.
And for us, it is important to adopt the technology. And for one, for preparedness in the country so that we are food secure, or at least have some backup plan. That's number one. We also need to actually continue adapting this technology because of the fact that its application in medicine, and also some constraints because there's global warming and climate change, which is certainly affecting the kind of environments within which we can grow our crops. And for that reason, through this technology, we are able to design crops that are more amenable to those constraints or those areas that otherwise are not productive if you use the conventional platform.
Dr. Odwor has brushed off fears that GMO foods are a health risk in the country following reports that tumors developed in rats which were fed GMO corn and low levels of Roundup, assuring Kenyans that once tested and proven, GMOs are safe for consumption.
Yeah, Kenyans should not be scared about the impact or the negative impacts of GM. Why? Because before you release GM products, they must be subjected to what we call contained trials, which is just within the lab, and thereafter they must be taken to confined field trial in a very exclusive environment for several seasons and generations, so that if there is any immediate fear, you can look at them before you eventually release it.
On the other hand, Dr. Peter Makaya, the Director for Organic Consumers Alliance, is of the opinion that Kenyans should instead use organic methods of farming, which are not only healthy but are also affordable, as a replace for the genetically modified organisms. He emphasizes that if these methods are embraced, Kenyan small-scale farmers alone can produce enough to feed the country instead of relying on imported foods.
They can actually use materials that are locally available, that can be processed using local resources, where they generate jobs, people become active, and then those products are able to enrich the soil and ensure that the farmers are able to produce food that is healthy, that they can afford, that is cheaper, that's sustainable, as opposed to this system of seeds that are patented, that they have to buy every season, that they have to buy the seed, they have to buy the fertilizer, they have to buy the pesticides.
If this product is in the market, it is labeled so that when you're going to buy it, if you so wish to want to buy genetically modified food or their derived products, you do that with full and accurate information. So because of various preferences, we admit that consumers have different preferences, and some would like to eat the foods, others would like to not eat the foods, and they can only make this choice or this decision if the information is there.
While some see it as the only way to feed thousands of Kenyans faced with starvation, especially in northern Kenya, others maintain that GM foods should not be allowed and alternative methods should be used to produce enough for the country. It now remains to be seen whether the government will take its stand and maintain the ban, or it will heed to the scientists and lift the ban. Josephine Wawira, GBS.